Let's talk about Kodabow bow maintenance. One, take your toolkit periodically. Let's say you're out shooting and you shoot 50, 60 shots. Ensure that all of your fasteners are tight. So periodic maintenance, for example, I'm going to take the bow and I'm going to go in and check and make sure that all of the fasteners, basically the two here that hold the rail to the trigger group, the two up here that hold the front limb assembly to the rail. Other fasteners, maybe your stirrup to the front limb assembly. So your toolkit gives you the option to check all of the fasteners on the bow. Included in the toolkit is a metric fastener for you to tighten your scope ring should they loosen over time. Normally they don't, but you do have that. The other four Allen wrenches are imperial or US measures. One thing when you look at your bow is periodically inspect your bowstring. All parts for any wear, but your bowstring primarily. This is a Koda Express 185. I expect 500, 600 shots out of this bow. It wouldn't surprise me if you'd get perhaps close to 1,000 shots before you need to look at your bowstring. What does a worn bowstring look like? Here's a bowstring in my hand, and really most of the wear on a Kodabow bowstring is right at the center serving. So if this center serving begins to separate, or in this case break and start to unravel, that's a good indication that it's time to change that bowstring. Now to prolong your bowstring life, you want to wax this bowstring with a good quality silicone wax. And really what you're doing is you're lubricating, especially the center serving, so that as the claws release the bowstring, it reduces the friction there and reduces wear. So an example of a bad bowstring is any kind of serving wear where your serving's coming apart or really starting to split and you're seeing the underlying portion of the bowstring. This is a continuously woven string, so it's really one set of strands that go back and forth like this. Also, if any of these individual strands are compromised, you really compromised your bowstring. So in this case, that would be another good indicator. I change my bowstring every 2 years, whether it needs it or not, depending on how much you shoot. That's some users are going to change it much quicker. Every year, possibly no longer than 2 years to change your bowstring. If dirt gets into your trigger mechanism, dirt will tend to kind of go in the top and fall out the bottom. It's a pass-through system. A big stick, which is very rare, gets in there. You want to probably blow it out. It's all stainless and aluminum parts inside the trigger systems. If you do use any lubrication, use a very fine oil only, no particulates, no WD-40, just a light oil, but normally that's even not required. You want to check your arrow hold down. It should be just putting a little pressure on your arrow right here. And again, whenever you're doing anything with a bow, certainly if you're cocking the bow or anything like that, keep it pointed in a safe direction. But that's about it for maintenance. Keep an eye on your bowstring, keep an eye on your fasteners.